Okay. I think we're live. We'll see when people start to jump in. Hold on one second here. Just refreshing the thing. Going to share it so we get people in the chat. In the chat. This is the very exciting way that all video podcasts start these days. Unless you're more professional than us, which is probably everybody. Everything's slow because we're streaming. Here we go. All right. Just trying to share this. Guys, we're figuring it out live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. How the frick do I share this stuff? Oh my God. Share. There's got to be a better way to do this. Hey, Padre Sweens. Oh my God. I'm looping myself back in. This is insanity.
George Lupin. What screen should I be watching?
Yeah, I definitely don't have it up or it's going to be confusing. Share now, friends.
What are we looking at? It says
3 eyes. That
the
means
screen.
there's 3 people. Jesus Christ. All right.
hello, people.
Hold on. I'm trying to see here. See if I made it work. Did I make it work?
There were 3 wise
3
men,
wise men.
and they were Ted Danson, Steve Gutenberg, and who was the other
Okay,
one?
I think that's working now.
Ted Danson, Steve Gutenberg, and Tom Selleck. Yes. Someone was shouting at me. I heard it.
Okay. Here we go. Hello to the 3 people in the chat. I don't even know if there's...
3. There's C and C1 video.
yeah, I don't know. Is that like...
Anakin made 2 or 3 other prototypes before he ended up on that one.
Really? Or is that like...
I mean, it's my
that's
fan fiction
your
I'm
fan
starting.
fiction. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go. Do I... Is there a delay? I don't even know. Welcome, everybody, to another live stream. This one's a little rough around the edges, getting out of the gate. We're just figuring out some new technical stuff. John's got a brand new audio setup. He's full Howard Stern now. He's got the boom arm and the mic and everything.
I don't want to touch it. It's fragile and it sounds expensive.
So yeah, I guess we'll just hang out here for a little bit, see if anybody pops in before we get started. Anybody? Do you have anything open on your end there, Jono?
Got 2 things. I got the Skype and I got the Chrome.
Got the Skype and the Chrome. Okay, a little bit of a delay, but it's fine. We'll manage. It's a cost of doing business. All right. Well, welcome to the show. I guess I'm gonna play the intro if I can find it. Welcome to Watch Rewatch, the podcast that formerly examined the art of the rewatch and now is on life support. I'm Sean.
I'm John.
We're back for week 2. This week, we ended up doing a little bit of a rewatch scenario at the suggestion of the fine folks in our audience, which was Howard the Duck, the 1986 film, if I'm correct. John, do you how deep of a dive did you do on this after watching it?
That's a very good question. None at all. The IMDb was as far as I went with it. But I think the deep dive was always there. But we were suggested a lot of things last week, and Howard the Duck just made sense because it's the one that everyone has heard of, even if you don't know anything about it. And it goes well with our obsession with George Lucas for some reason.
It is. I mean, the title of this episode is that we've been Lucased again, and I'm definitely feeling that thing. Like George Lucas, when he does a thing that really hits hard, he's firing on all cylinders, and you're like, wow, he's this like impresario, this guy who has this incredible, boundless imagination. And when he misfires, he misfires hard. But you know what? I always appreciate,
and everyone is there to laugh at him.
Yeah. Well, this
few people.
This movie, man, Howard the Duck. I don't know.
I don't know. It's just the right time to watch it. I honestly felt like, akin to it, or I felt like this was such a spiritual successor to Cats, like for the quarantine season. This, humans as animals and a bizarro kind of, nonsensical plot.
Yeah. Sorry, Marty's just mentioning something. No sound on TV. What's no sound on TV, Marty? Do you speak English? Is that a sentence?
Am I muted?
Is somebody muted? Help us out here, Marty. What do you mean? I don't know what's going on. We'll see. Marty's going to help us out. Before we do the deep dive into that,
I could do like Vanna White stuff if no one can hear me. Like I'll write "Help Me" or "Penny's Boat" if like in Lost.
Just put it up. All right. Yeah. We'll see. There's a delay. No sound on Apple TV.
Interesting.
On Apple TV. But what? I don't understand. Are you airplaying it? Maybe there's some kind of restriction. Airplaying Facebook to Apple TV is a crazy move. I can't believe that you're putting this on your fucking TV though. Is Celeste okay with this? That's not Celeste.
Can he even hear you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know. He's going to have to play back later to find out all the shit I'm talking.
Can anyone hear what we're saying?
Can everybody hear us okay? Is this thing on?
I can hear you, and as long as we can talk to each other,
that's it. Fuck everybody else. Hey, sorry, audience. We love you. Just kidding, but not really. John, who cares? No. Can everybody hear us okay? Any feedback in the chat? Is the audio coming through loud and clear? Let us know in the comments.
How does one get about doing that?
Let's see.
It would make sense if I hear you.
Yeah, no, I think it's okay. I think it's just Marty's trying to do things that Facebook. Marty's getting zucked, I think, is the only thing.
I just turned up the volume on the Facebook page, and I'm hearing you say, "Let me hear."
Okay, so that's fine. We're good. If you can close I don't know if you can close the video and keep the chat open, but because it might be slowing down your internet. Hey, what's up? Yan's in the chat. How's it going, buddy? So, nice. Okay, it seems to be working okay. Well, anyways.
That's a shame for the AirPlay.
Yeah.
AirPlay? Air TV. Apple TV.
Yeah, okay, I guess he is saying if you stream it to the Apple TV, there's no sound. That's a Facebook limitation. Talk to Mark Zuckerberg about that one.
Not our
fault. Not my fault. Okay, so let's circle.
These are troubles. These are production troubles. Like George Lucas had with this 1986 film.
Yeah. So right? For everybody just jumping into the chat, we're talking about the 1986 gigantic flop, Howard the Duck, which I had only ever heard about, and there's a lot of it's well known in the kind of canon of terrible movies. But going into this, John, did you have any kind of preconceived notions? Did you know much about the show, about the film?
I loved its poster. I know it's like a Razzie sweeper, and I think every Razzie sweeper is a masterpiece. Yeah. And it just had a great poster. I never really wanted to watch it.
It does have a great poster.
It was about a duck and a hot girl. None of that applies to me.
Well, the movie, for those that didn't watch, we're going to spoil it, although there's really not,
I was surprised at how good it is now. And I would love to throw that as a piece of like phase 2 or phase 4. Like watching Howard the Duck from 1986 fits into the phase 4 unit now.
The phase,
because like there's some Marvel stuff going on, right? There's like a Dark Overlord.
Yeah, God, if they made that today, they'd be tying it into all sorts of stuff. But for those who haven't seen the film, it is a story about a duck from another planet in the multiverse. They allude to the multiverse in the opening credits, which was, I think, my favorite part of the movie. They have this weird, like, this Howard the Duck is one of the most chaotic movies I've ever seen. It wants to be a science fiction movie and wants to be like an 80s sex comedy. There's so much sex.
Like Duckman and the Super Mario Brothers.
Oh yeah, those are two peas in a pod fully.
It reminded me a lot of Duckman for most of it, and the humor is just gross and unappealing. And who's that movie for?
Yeah,
really, like couples in the 80s when they're bored of Dick Tracy. Like, what else is
that's the thing I didn't understand about it is, who you bring up a good point. Who is this movie for? All children. Well, but is it because it starts with a pair of duck boobs? There's like that was haunting. That's like Michael Haneke. It is.
Haunting.
It's like it starts with full frontal duck nudity when he's looking at the Playboy, and then like he crashes through somebody's room and there's duck boobs.
It's called Play Duck, and his name is Duck, and it's like everything is Duck, and so it's like, well, everyone just goes by first names if they're all like, I'm yelling. That's how good this movie is.
It really feels like it was an excuse for this a team of writers to just get excerpt.
Jeffrey Jones was excellent. The principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
He's good as the weird bad guy.
Injected into the movie, he was good, but he's like a monster. Really.
Right? Yeah, he is. I heard about that not that long ago. But he appropriately plays all these monsters really well. But the movie, I don't understand who it's.
Horrible Tim Robbins role, and a horrible Tim Robbins role.
A young Tim Robbins in what might be one of his first roles, right?
Yeah, sure.
It's got to be
1986. A lot of people in that too. David Palmer. He was like a squirrely guy in the movie Quiz Show from 1995.
No, I never saw that. It's a TV show?
No, it was about a TV show. This came out during Ed Wood and Pulp Fiction and Forrest Gump.
What's the appeal of that movie? Give me the elevator
Directed
pitch.
by Robert Redford. It's based on the true story of a quiz show where people were fed the answers.
Oh, okay.
And someone spills the beans, and it's a story about ethics and morals
in the quiz world.
And rich wasps.
Sounds like
it's like they're all like Kennedy lovers and Kennedy associates, and it's just like, why did you need the money? It's like I wanted to be loved. Callista Flockhart has a scene in it. Ethan Hawke has a scene in it.
Well, this movie too, like you're mentioning, coming back to
Paul Guilfoyle from CSI, who plays the detective and everything. He plays the detective.
Yeah, he does, and he has like long hair with frosted tips.
Long, lovely hair.
Yeah, because I think he's balding now or bald. Howard the Duck. My whole takeaway watching it, like the beginning, it comes on real strong. It has a lot of sci-fi, and it's got this. Is it Howard Shore that did the score?
Out the ass. No, it was John Barry who did all the bonds.
It is John Barry. Oh wow.
Yeah, it says. Oh, I took a picture of it too. It says orchestrated and composed and conducted. I think he gets all 3 credits for that. Like, I really felt his music swell when the underwear wearing heroine was with the duck in the bed.
There's so many weird like incest references in this movie. I don't.
And there's a hard fuck. He says fuck a hard fuck in the third act. Yeah, he's riding the Zamboni towards the monster, and he goes,
"Oh no way."
They slid a fuck into the PG
How did
movie.
they? I guess did it predate PG-13, which was later, right?
Well, this is what's so stupid about this PG-13. They say it was invented for Gremlins, but then Gremlins got a PG. I think PG-13 went to they made it for Temple of Doom, but
that was before this.
They didn't get these PG-13.
Yeah, but
they just fought.
But the movie, it wants to be like that 80s sex comedy. It wants to be a genuine sci-fi flick, and it's got all sorts of weird, like high production values. Like it looks expensive. They have some really nice work from ILM, Industrial Light and Magic, like some not CGI, but composited effects and all this stuff in the film, and it really.
Is it worth seeing? Yes. Is it rewatchable?
It is. It's certainly. I think you're right though about it being particularly appropriate now. There's a level of insanity to that movie that feels fitting.
Yeah, the history of it, the weight of the history of this failure caught up to me at the right moment to watch it. Like as a child, I think I would feel scorned if I like rented this movie for $5 for 2 days and then that was the result. Ugh, I mean, some movies you want to watch twice or 3 times before you have to bring it back, but that movie, I don't know if I'd watch it again as a child.
Well, I'm curious to know, anybody in the comments, anybody in the chat, have any of you guys seen Howard the Duck? And did you see it as a kid? And if you did see it as a kid, what's your takeaway? Tell us, like, what did you think of it? What did you, how, you know, did you like it? You know, is it a fond movie for you guys? I really have a hard time believing that.
Yeah, it's not Mommy Dearest level, but it's definitely Showgirls.
It is Showgirls. I mean, but
vulgar. He had a condom in his wallet.
Oh, that's right. They have a little duck. They made a little duck condom, and he has a little duck condom in his wallet. And I'm like, who the fuck is this for?
And she looks at him like,
you little rapscallion. Don't they have corkscrew dicks? Like ducks have weird dicks.
That's the first thing my mind went to when I saw that.
Does this gag even make sense? I mean, I'm asking the wrong question.
Has a great poster. Has 2 good posters.
I'm watching Howard the Duck. I'm overthinking it. Okay, well, we have some answers in the comments. Yan is saying that he tried to watch it with his kids and quickly realized how inappropriate it was. Yeah, 100%. Like in the first 10 minutes. It's play duck. Yeah. And it really is patting itself on the back with how clever it thinks it is. All the while, like
it just keeps throwing all the crap, and like you think you're getting exposition of Howard as a character. Like he's got like a Casablanca kind of poster, but he also subscribes to Play Duck. He's got like a 3-piece suit. You know, he's like a classy
guy. They're really
guy.
trying to be like a film noir. He smokes cigars, and he's just like.
Oh, and I hated the song at the end of the movie.
Oh, he was really bad.
They say, yeah, I love when movies say the title of the movie in the movie, and they sing it in this movie. And it's so I guess I love it even more. Oh God, I don't even want to sing the song because it's already in my head right now.
I forgot it almost immediately.
I think Leah Thompson,
which is great.
When they were singing the song. Yeah.
But there's the band. I don't know if all the music, I think it all is like diegetic music, right? It's like in-universe music.
I guess so, yeah.
Because I didn't recognize any of the stuff that they were playing. Like there's a band, it's got some real like Gem and the Holograms vibes to it as well, where you're just like, it's this like, you know.
The Runaways, Joan Jett, because they're called Cherry Bombs. So I'm like, oh, that's a song from Guardians of the Galaxy, which Howard the Duck is in.
Oh, is he in it? Okay, that's the tie-in.
It's in the end credits. Yeah. There you go. That's the connection.
Did you notice too? They kept swapping between. They would have like a smaller performer playing Howard, but then occasionally it would be this horrific puppet.
I felt terrible for the actors. I was hoping it was one person, but the fact that it was many children and like one guy, Ed Gain.
Oh, really? It was a mixture of children and one actor.
One main guy who ended up getting the official, poster credits.
Billing. Who did the voice? I didn't recognize the voice.
Is that a duck hunt billing? I don't know. It was a cross between like Chevy Chase and like Griffin Dunn. Someone sarcastic.
They had that real 80s kind of, smart aleck, and he was supposed to be cool. Did
he break the fourth wall?
He didn't, thank God. The third wall? Thank God.
I don't remember if he did, but he did look my way a few moments. And Keith was back and forth, and like I didn't get mad at him for it, and you can't blame him. But I was actually impressed at how when it got to the hour mark, they injected such life into it, because the Jeffrey Jones scientist turned Marvel villain was cool.
That was an interesting angle and a good performance, but the whole fucking thing, it's still an hour.
It's vulgar for children, and like what a deceptive. It's as appropriate for children as 8 Crazy Nights is that Adam Sandler.
Is that inappropriate too? I never saw that one.
Of course it is. It's like they just beat up on this old man the whole movie, and then toss him into a urinal upside down.
Well, it definitely tested my limits. It was an hour and 50 minutes, which was just so long. Although, like you mentioned, it picks up the pace. Yeah, anybody who hasn't seen it in the chat, I highly recommend watching it. I mean, put it on while you do something else, but it was one of the weirdest movies.
I dare you to try and do something else watching this movie. You wouldn't be able to just be focused on this terrible movie. They scored
the absolute shit out of it too. Was it Barry?
Yeah.
What's his name? John Barry.
John Barry.
Yeah.
John Barry. I don't know if he made the James Bond theme, but that sounds like a name, right?
He scored the movie, and it's got this giant score, like really very maudlin and just too much. I don't know what this movie is, and I'm curious to know a little bit more about exactly how it failed and do the whole production deep dive. I didn't do the production deep dive before. I
didn't either, but I did the IMDb deep dive, which is so easy and free. And like my favorite takeaway was Sid Snyder, the guy who ran Universal at the time, was like apparently getting mad at other executives for having greenlight this piece of shit. So this man knows pictures. You know, I could just imagine lice, greaseback silver hair and like a cigar like Howard and 3-piece suit, watching this piece of shit, being forced to watch this piece of shit that's 60 million of 1984 shot in 85 money.
It was 60. Right? Hold on. It was just $60 million back then.
IMDb deep dive. But IMDb is like Wikipedia for movies, right?
But you said it was 60 million?
I saw that number. I could be wrong.
Wow, if it was 60 million then, that's like one of the most expensive movies ever made. Although, to be fair, it looks super expensive.
Everything looks like a production, a set piece. Everything was under control. The amount of extras they had in that Cajun sushi
like,
restaurant.
What a fucking... There's a whole a big showpiece sequence in a Cajun sushi place. I don't know,
a diner that was Cajun, and I guess like some like sushi restaurant took over and decided to make it both.
I don't.
There was another movie going on before that movie showed up.
I want to see that movie. I want to see the movie about the weird world.
Cajun sushi.
I would love to see a movie set on the planet that Howard the Duck's from.
It took place in Ohio?
It does.
Right?
Yeah,
Cleveland? You would think it was New York.
Yeah, fully. Like the way it's shot.
And I don't think they say Leah Thompson's character's name until the first hour.
I don't even know what is her name. Beverly. Yeah,
the whole time she just says drinking game. Drink every time they say Howard.
So much.
Jesus Christ. Or would it be like Jesus Duck? Like that would be the joke.
I mean, that's the extent of the joke. The entire time was just like something duck this, duck pun. It's just duck puns front to back, duck puns all the way down.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did I watch anything good this week? Did you watch anything good this week? Did you rewatch anything good this week? I'm so proud of that watch we did. I'm glad we can cross it off.
Doing our homework. I have no concept of time, and I can't remember if I talked about watching GoldenEye on the show last week. Did I?
And you were about to start Brosnan.
I was about to start Brosnan. Okay. So I watched GoldenEye. That was great. GoldenEye was better than I remembered it. GoldenEye held up really well. It's like I think the perfect mix of all the stuff that makes James Bond, great. It's got the humor, it's got the action. The action, that was the thing that I didn't remember being so well choreographed. Martin Campbell, who directed Casino Royale famously, like later, which I think most people know, I didn't know that he did this one. I forgot that he did that one. And it is just wall-to-wall, excellent action pieces where you can understand the geography of what's happening, and it's clear what's going on. Man, and
has a great
song, great opening credit sequence.
That's the first thing you jump to.
And the first sequence that they did since Maurice Binder passed. Maurice Binder was the title designer for all the James Bond films up until GoldenEye, and they had a new forgive me, I can't remember his name, but a new title designer, and it was the first time they had like CGI in the titles and stuff, and it's got this like it's real heavy on the Russian iconography. I just had a John Travolta moment there.
Yeah, I'm replaying it in my head as we speak. Yeah, I can see it.
So it really was a treat. Although the thing that distracted me so much was turns out GoldenEye 64, the video game, had the same sound library as the movie. So every little sound effect, all the Foley, all the bullet, when it ricochets, that's my
I know it.
You know it. It's everybody who's played the game knows the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's
they're all in the game. They're all in the film, every single one. So the whole time you're just like you have these flashbacks of playing the game, and also because the levels and stuff, and you're especially if you're like me and you.
What's that thing? The Mandela effect?
Is it? I don't know. I have no idea what that is.
I don't know. It's like because like I think it's like you can mistake the game and the movie for that happens in the game or that happens.
Right, you can't tell. You forget, or your memories become blended. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's Odd Job?
But I'm glad you liked it because like I don't know anything about Tomorrow Never Dies. World's Not Enough I saw in theaters the same weekday as Sleepy Hollow, and Die Another Day is just awful.
Oh, is that the Madonna one?
Yeah, it is. She's in it and sings it.
I'm excited for that one.
And Halle Berry is like fresh off her Oscar in that movie.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah. She was in. Okay, so that means there's only 3 more. I'm just trying to remember where I am in the whole place of it because
you're watching.
I'm watching. I'm halfway through Tomorrow Never Dies. I didn't. I turned it. I've seen it a bunch, and it was super late at night, so we stopped it.
Yeah.
We'll finish it. We'll pick it up. But watching. Watching GoldenEye was, I think, the best thing I watched this week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. What about you? Did you watch anything good this week?
Oh my God, Howard the Duck. That was pretty good. That was it. That was my homework. I'm not really watching as much, to be honest.
Same here.
I'm playing a lot.
Yeah,
playing
me
a lot
too.
of video games.
Big time. What are you playing?
It's hard to say. It's a violent game. It was Cuphead, but that game was
Cuphead is
bad. And I'm transferring a lot of videos, to be honest. I have archived all my VHSs. I find all these pieces of shit. Pardon me. Like I found at the Salvation Army this like Fox Kids promo video that they would play
Can you
in like
put
video
it
stores.
to your right a little bit? Oh my God!
So I don't know if you could see that. And it's nothing. It's just ads, and like you can see the pricing of like $5.98. You can watch these episodes. I don't know. You got Garfield and the Tick and Bobby's World. Yeah, I didn't know they made a Where's Waldo. He's actually on the Spine, Waldo.
They had an animated show. So this video is just promos for all of those shows.
Look at what what does that say? Can you read that?
Preview video cassette, Fox Kids video highlights. Wow. So is this a thing they would give away free? What the?
I guess to like Blockbusters or to like Jumbo Videos.
Okay, it was at the video store.
Or Rogers Videos. That makes sense. I paid $1 for it, and I transferred it, and it's not. There's nothing to mine from it.
No, they don't have any good like little intros.
No, not really. Just clips from the show to make people be like, you know what? Maybe I'll buy a couple of VHSs for this
YouTube
show.
Before YouTube, I guess. You know, where you could watch, like movieclips.com or whatever.
Yeah. Well, I'm listening to a podcast where these girls are watching Star Wars for the first time. Have you heard of these girls, Nicole Byer or Lauren Lapkus?
Oh yes, they're super funny. Lauren Lapkus and
aren't they?
And
just
Nicole Byer hosts
we
a
should
show on
all
Netflix.
just
anyway. Sorry, go ahead.
Nailed it. Yeah, she's great. She owns the media right now, in my opinion, every media. And they've together have done a podcast where they are watching all Star Wars.
Oh yes,
from the beginning. And Keith and I this weekend just plowed through them. We've listened to all of them and have shared a laugh and a tear and cuddled. And
did they start with the original trilogy and work their way through the new ones?
They're doing it the way it's been released. They're doing New Hope, Empire Return, and then some crap. So that's a lot of fun. And so they get other comedians and podcast folk to be on it. Some Doughboys. I don't listen to Doughboys, but apparently other people do. So one of the guys is on it for the Phantom Menace. And he's speaking about how he had to go see the movie The Siege and the movie Wing Commander in order to see the Phantom Menace trailer.
Oh, Wing Commander, right, with Freddie Prinze Jr. I forgot about that.
I'm sure our friend Martin has done the same thing. They had to go see The Siege, or because they would know. And apparently with The Siege, they played the Phantom Menace trailer at the end of the movie.
A post-credits trailer showing.
Yeah, because they thought people would just walk out before the movie show started.
That's actually pretty smart.
Which is a shame. Yeah, Phantom Menace, which was as good as Howard the Duck.
Well, coming all full circle to the George Lucas question, And well, actually, speaking about what you're just talking about, Marty is saying he saw Meet Joe Black. I'm assuming to watch the Star Wars trailer. He did, yeah. Holy shit, that's cool. Meet Joe Black with the
that. Did you watch all of that? That 3-hour Claire Forlani movie with Anthony Hopkins and directed by the guy who
didn't
did
it have? Didn't it have that famous like recycled like the thing that became a meme after a while where it was.
It has an Enya song in it.
No, but the scene where Brad Pitt he gets hit by 2 cars, right? Where he gets hit in from.
Yeah. You could download that on LimeWire or Kazaa and just fool your aunt into thinking it's a real
That's
video.
how I remember seeing it. Was on LimeWire or Kazaa, and people were like, "This is real. Somebody got hit by a car," and it was like 360p, and it looked real.
He got smashed. Blop blop blop.
Yeah, the bounce down.
It's like playing Smuggler's Run on PS2. That kind of physics. But that's a 3-hour movie where you're like your emotions are being offered to.
Did you see what Marty just said? He said they played the trailer at the beginning and the end. They bookended it.
Yeah. Well, I would just go nuts watching. Oh, speaking of which, look at this trash I'm wearing.
What do you got? Oh, is it a Darth Maul shirt? Martin, look at that.
Yeah.
That's for you. Wow. What is behind him? It looks like a tribal tattoo. Is that supposed to be like Sith, art?
It says he's Sith Lord Darth Maul, right?
Wow. Yeah. How long have you had that?
Since Zellers at Billings
Holy
Bridge.
Shit. All the way back in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, the capital of the free world. No, wait, just the capital of Canada. I think I overdid it.
They got the virus like the rest of us.
They did. They got the Rona. Jan's mentioning the holiday special. I've actually never seen that all the way through. I've seen clips.
I think we should watch it.
Should we do the whole thing? Oh, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna
cringe.
hurt.
It's. I have seen the B. Arthur moments because I like B. Arthur.
I forgot she's in that.
She plays like the canteen person. She knows Chewie and the gang.
Oh, right.
I know that.
And
much.
they all sing, right? She sings too.
She serenades.
She serenades them?
I'm getting excited. Well, she goes like above and beyond. You wouldn't think B. Arthur would be a good singer, and then she just like belts one out like she's Leah Michelle or Enza Medenza. What does John Travolta call her?
Idina Menzel. Idina Menzel is her actual name. What is she? Adele Dazeem. That's it. Okay. She's fully Adele Dazeem. So I think I'll see it for B. Arthur. I'm in it. I'm Team B. Yeah. Team B.
Well, unless you want to be Team Sophia or Team Blanche or Team Rose.
Yan says, "Good luck." Yeah, I feel you on that, Yan. That's gonna be a whole fucking to do.
So they say that they're going to open up theaters in Georgia, and I think to myself, okay, that's a good start. But what are they going to show?
Yeah, there's no movies,
and who's going to go see them? What are they going to go see, and who's going to see them?
And how are they going to afford to put movies in and run them if there's no movies, no new movies? I guess maybe people are so.
Tom Hooper said they were going to re-release Cats.
The butthole cut. Look, if they release Cats, the butthole then cut. The cinema's coming back, baby. The whole thing.
Would you go with me?
If they release the butthole cut, I will see it in theaters, front row, but like actually the front row. So I'm looking up like.
We have to wear a mask and everything and sit like 4 seats apart. And
risk your life to see the Cat's butthole cut. Worth it? Could be.
You'll go hazmat suit. You could dress like them. Yeah, it was good. Another Howard the Stern classic. You know what I mean? Howard the Stern.
Howard the Stern, baby.
Yeah. That movie, Private Parts. They say Howard quite a bit too.
Howard, yeah, and how they keep trying him to make him seem like a good guy. That's my.
And the trailer for that does the montage thing where it's like Howard.
Oh God. That's essentially Howard the Duck. Everybody, they have to keep reminding you that his name's Howard. Because
when they said her name was Beverly, I turned to Keith and I was like, oh, that's her name.
Howard the Duck. Yeah. Had some great stop animation by, I think, Phil Tippett, probably, because it was from ILM.
Okay.
But
probably. We know everything.
Well, with that stuff.
And the history, we know our shit. I have this great picture of Fincher working on Return of the Jedi. That's a cool pic. It's like a young, like 20-odd-year-old Fincher, arms folded, like over what looks like a set of
yeah.
Endor.
Yeah, he worked in the I think it was the matte painting department, but he got known very quickly as someone who had a very big ego and was really sure of himself.
And then this guy's making a Citizen Kane movie for you, Sean. You hear about this?
Fincher?
Fincher is making a movie coming out this year, but it's on Netflix. And it's got Gary Oldman and such, but it's about the making of Citizen Kane, and it's written by his deceased father.
Oh, wow.
Fincher. Yeah. So you're going to watch Citizen Kane now?
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Fincher is touching it, then I'm going to watch it. That's my...
He's doing the making of
exactly.
Citizen Kane.
No, there's been a running joke I've had
black and white,
for the context for the people in the chat. I went to film school, which amounted to nothing. I work in the film business now. And everybody was always like, "Oh, you haven't seen Citizen Kane yet. You went to film school." And it just was like a thing I never got around to. But now out of spite, I'm like, stop asking me that question. I'm never going to watch Citizen Kane ever. And I'm just going to be on my deathbed, and maybe on my deathbed I'll watch it, just so I made it to the end. But if Fincher is going to make a movie about Citizen Kane, then I guess I'll watch it. Oh, Martin's actually never seen Citizen Kane as well. See, you know what? Team Citizen Kane non-watchers. That's not a good name. I'm going to workshop the name. We'll make it better. Oh, and
Citizen. Or citizen, can't do it.
I can't. I got nothing. Martin's also not seen The Wire.
Citizen Can't.
Instead of Citizen Kane, but Citizen Can't spelt with a K. K apostrophe A-N-T.
That's special. That's how you know you went to film school.
K apostrophe A-N-T. No,
I don't think you should watch it. Just watch the Fincher fucking movie.
And that'll be.
And stand by your guns. You don't need to watch that.
That's true. Just
movie.
Watch the Fincher movie. Never watch Citizen Kane. And I already know the movie anyway. I've read it.
Or somehow you're saying it, so when you go onto YouTube next time, it'll know that you've said it, and it'll show you the top clip of that movie. You'll watch it. You can say you've seen it.
No, that's it. I'm not. You've renewed my faith in not watching Citizen Kane. I'm not going to watch it.
Like it's nothing against Fincher, but I just hate these movies about like you're impressing your film.
Right, movies about movies.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like anything Guillermo del Toro or anything, even like a little bit of Once Upon a Time kind of felt like that this year, where it's just like all these homages that go crazy.
And they really
or La La Land is the epitome of that.
Never seen it. Never gonna see it.
Just like this hardcore musical that we are all supposed to love.
La La Land, aka
anyway. That could be controversial. I didn't
that
like
you didn't
that
like
movie.
La La Land? It's like white people the movie. Who cares? No. It's like
yeah. Isn't it? What was that Wayne's brother?
White Chicks. Yeah, that's the same thing. Martin's never seen The Wire, which is another famous show that everybody fucking just. Hey, have you seen The Wire? Oh, you haven't seen The Wire? You got to watch The Wire. It's great. Have you seen Breaking Bad? I haven't seen Breaking Bad. No,
I watched that Breaking Bad. I had to. You have to. You
do,
must.
But there are holdouts, and I appreciate people. I do. Like, if there's anything we can bring around for 2020 is like, if you watched a show, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. You watch the show, tell somebody about it. There's a way to tell people about it. That's like, lets them have their space. But man, some people are so clingy about a good show.
I'm like that way right now with you for Joe Pera.
Yeah, about just letting it be and not forcing it.
Yeah, I just need to let you. Come on. You should watch it.
Let's go. Yeah. Joe Pera, that's another show that I don't know how many people have seen it in the chat, but if you haven't seen it, I'm not going to tell you to watch it, but you should maybe think about it and then ignore what I'm saying. Yan is mentioning RKO 281. It's the story behind Citizen Kane. Hey, you know what, Yan? I will watch that, and I won't watch Citizen Kane. That's going to be the thing. I'm just going to watch all the stuff.
Watch these making ofs. That was an HBO made-for-TV movie, I think.
Oh, okay.
RKO 281.
HBO, they have a good track record.
Liev Schreiber, I think, is somewhere in it. I don't know if he plays Wells, but it won Emmys.
If there's anything I've ever been known for is that I want to see a thing if it's won Emmys.
Or Globes.
Globes and Emmys. Golden Globes, the most prestigious of awards. Definitely.
Well, it's a condensed amount of judges, right? It's like 50-odd people.
Who? The Hollywood Foreign Press Association?
The Hollywood Foreign Press. Yeah. It's like 50
Isn't it just you just have to buy it, right? Isn't that the thing? You don't actually have to win it. You just have to pay and market yourself. Maybe not bribe, but like you have to market. Isn't that the thing? I don't know. Are you trying to avoid a lawsuit, John? Do you know something?
You're shitting on a thing that I cherish. These award ceremonies. The Pia Zadora story for the Golden Globes is something you should Google.
Pia Zadora story.
Pia Zadora. Yeah, her first name is Pia, and her last name is Zadora. And I think she's John Waters' best friend.
Wait, why? Hold on. We have new people in the chat. Pia Zadora. I will come around to that. Kevin is in the chat. I guess Martin dragged Kevin in here kicking and screaming because that's the thing that Martin always does to Kevin. I'm going to shout that out on the stream. Martin is the have you seen this to Kevin, but about everything in life.
And it must be relentless.
Yeah. That's what I know. Oh, and Kevin just confirmed that he did. You. Oh, he wants me to talk about Prometheus. Okay, well, actually, you know what? We'll take suggestions from the audience. John, what do you think of Prometheus?
I hated it and loved it. I don't know. I loved it. I like Alien Covenant.
You like Alien Covenant more? Ooh,
it makes me laugh more.
Oh, like in a bad way?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's just so violent. And the first one, the Prometheus one, it looks good, right? It has Idris.
Mm-hmm.
What else happens in that movie? Alien abortion?
Oh, yeah. No, Prometheus is. I think Prometheus is the better film, even though I don't like either of them.
It's a Damon Lindelof movie, and they're mad, and everyone hates him.
Yeah, except for The Leftovers. That was his like saving grace that kind of brought him back. Did you, as a Lost fan, did you see that? Okay,
no.
John, I'm going to tell you something.
Who wrote the book
No, I can't say. You should watch it, John.
It's got Amy Brenneman. I don't like Justin Theroux as much.
He has abs that are not the abs that a cop who drinks as much.
I think he broke Jennifer Aniston's heart. But Prometheus is it a movie I would throw on right away if I had a 3D television? Yes.
That was probably one of those big hallmarks of 3D TVs back in the day, like Avatar. That movie.
I don't like Logan Marshall Smith. I don't like that guy. I do like Numi Rapace, the cocky guy with the scarf, and he was the abusive boyfriend in a way. Not
right.
Ripley.
Okay, yeah. I really don't remember that. Somebody is just okay. Kevin's mentioning we're acting like Lindelof didn't make Watchmen. That is correct. Watchmen is one.
I didn't want to bring it up because
it breaks your narrative. Are you the Fox News of shitting on Lindelof?
I'm going to let that air a bit like Prometheus. I mean, are we going to go a couple of years and say, actually, look, on second thought, Watchmen wasn't as good? It was very good. I look forward to that every week.
Ooh,
it was HBO
baby.
They showed Dong and they showed money.
They did show Dong and they did show money. They put a lot of money up on the screen for that show.
There was the big dong she had in her bedroom, and I was like, anyway, I'm getting excited.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Jean Smart, yeah, it was really cool of her to act with that
with a giant blue dong. Yeah, that movie. Everything's a movie. Your life's a movie.
Well, you would in your job you called it a show.
Well, yeah, that's a little inside baseball in the film industry. There's a tendency to refer to everything as a show, whether it's a movie or a TV show. It's the show that you're on. I'm on this show. I'm making this show. Everybody has that voice. Yeah, I'm making this show. They're all Joe Pesci. They're all Joe Pesci in The Irishman, the oldest man alive. Did we talk about The Irishman on the? I don't even know what we talked about anymore. This is. I should be more professional, but
we did talk about The Irishman.
The most depressing movie of all time.
We did. Yeah, we were talking about Bond, but I mean, where are you with Bond? Tomorrow Never Dies. You're watching.
I'm watching Tomorrow Never Dies. I'm halfway through.
I think you can rate a Bond movie by the quality of their song. If the song is trash, the movie is trash. If the song is good, the movie is good.
That's true. Have there been any outliers where the song's been better than the movie, or the movie's been better than the song?
Well, that's unfair to say. Depending on how you like the song, that's how you'll like the movie.
That tracks, I think. I was surprised at how much I liked For Your Eyes Only.
Skyfall is very good. Skyfall, and that
Skyfall.
And then Spectator, that one there, the Spectre one. That won an Oscar the year after for song, and like I thought that song was just torture.
That the Sam Smith one. Yeah, nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Oh, everybody's asking, has everybody seen John and Faye's Unit? Martin's doing a little self-promotion. We made a short film called Faye's Unit together, and John is the star. So go check it out, safesolvent.com. You can see it there. It's in the short film section, I think. If not, Safe Solvent on YouTube. And you can check out a movie we made on iPhones. We made a short film entirely on iPhones in the Montreal subway system. And John's going to win. Oh, Martin just put a link in the description or in the chat. There you go.
Do that. You tap it like Minority Report. You get to that point where you tap the screen and you go.
Boop. Like there we go. It's playing now.
But that's like that was like the teaser for Spielberg's AI, because then the finger went like this, and then it zoomed in on a fingerprint, but it was all like circuit boards, and so it was all edged, and then you went deeper into the circuit boards, and then it showed the title.
I haven't seen AI since it came out. I'm wondering if that holds up, because that was an ambitious film.
It does hold up. It breaks your heart.
Yeah.
And the future stuff is very clunky. Everything is big,
just large.
It's all large. Yes, everything is just like they got these huge iPhones and they got these weird cars, but it's got like an amazing John Williams
really
score.
Okay. Maybe I'll
just a beautiful
give it a
John
rewatch. I haven't seen that. Well, I guess talking about stuff that we've been watching and talking about songs that are better than the movie. We have some comments. We'll get to those, but I want to throw it to the chat. What have you guys been watching? What's been on your plate this past quarantine week? Anything to recommend?
A poll of people who saw Tiger King. I think everyone saw Tiger King,
which we did talk about, but I'm curious to see beyond TigerKing, because fuck that show.
Like what else is like hit the mainstream?
But tell us in the comments what have you been watching? Do you have any recommendations? Because last week we ended up picking the Howard the Duck from the comments.
Howard the Duck.
So okay, Martin is saying he's finishing Better Call Saul season 5. No spoilers. Nice. Love it.
Okay. I spoil myself as much as I can with that show. Like I read I gave up after season 1. Something about pimento.
Oh,
what does he make, Mike? Anyway, something about that sandwich turned me off that show entirely. And I don't ask me. I had a lot on my plate show wise.
John's too busy for Better Call Saul. That's canon.
Yeah, and I just can't understand I don't understand what's going on, despite my efforts to watch everything, every spoiler, and read all the reviews for it.
Huh.
So he's still not Saul yet.
No, he's still not Saul yet. We have Paul Sweeney chiming in with Killing Eve season 3. Killing Eve, that's Sandra Oh's show, right?
That's well, no, now it's the other girl's show. She won the leading actress at a drama.
Who?
Emmy.
Wait, I thought it was Sandra's show. No.
It is. Yes, but it's also like, well, it's got two big girls. The girl who created Fleabag, who adapted the book, and then the Jodie something. She's the actress who plays the.
Oh, okay.
Eve. No, Eve is Sandra Oh, right?
Is it supposed?
Yeah, she's like a little bit. She's a little bit Ben Linus, a little bit like crazy, but she's like a hit girl with nothing to lose. Right.
Killing Eve. That's network TV, right?
I think it's AMC. AMC with a bit of BBC sprinkled.
AMC and a BBC. Okay.
There's a little bit of that. And God, Fleabag. You know what I'm talking about? Fleabag?
Fleabag. Vicky just started watching Fleabag, and it seems really funny. Really funny.
It is very funny. Yeah, it is very funny. But it's so rewarding. You get to watch that with fresh eyes. We could talk about that next week.
Yeah, I'll have to catch up, because they were doing a group watch, and I wasn't in on the chat. Okay. Antonio, thanks for the like. Appreciate it. I don't know if he's in the comments, but appreciate your likes. Yan said he watched The Meaning of Life. Classic. Little Monty Python. I haven't seen that, actually.
The whole thing?
Haven't seen that in The Meaning of Life. Isn't there The Life of Brian? That's another one? That's another one. Okay.
I don't know if that's not the last one, but that one has a good production story.
I don't actually remember the distinction. I always thought they were the same movie for whatever reason.
Life of Brian and Meaning of Life. Yeah. Meaning of Life is like a SNL skit. It's like Amazon Women.
Right, that's the one where it starts with a baby dropping out onto the floor.
It doesn't start there, but yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the guy who he recently died. I think the guy who played that woman with the baby that fell out of the leg, and she's like, "Would you get that, dearie?" And she goes, "Yes, mum."
And then it's Bring Out Your Dead in that one too.
No, Bring Out Your Dead is not.
That's
in
another.
That one.
See, I think of
that's in Brian. Yeah, maybe.
I think of
because then he goes, "We're all destitute. I'm gonna have to sell you all for scientific experiments."
I think of all of those movies as one giant contiguous thing. It's like it's just.
And there's the Holy Grail, which is the Holy Grail of those movies.
Is it? That's the best one.
Yeah. If you ask Paul Sweeney, what does he have?
Ask a boomer is what you're saying.
Well, no, he's just.
Nah, that's what you're saying. I know, John.
Gaslighting me.
It's true though. Ask a boomer or Gen Xer to really get an opinion, to really weigh in. Actually, speaking of which, so what do you think, Martin? Yeah, that's right. I'm outing you, Gen X. Get Gen X in my chat. Old millennials.
I almost
only.
got someone's Reddit username the other day. It wasn't yours. I asked for someone else's Reddit username. And they were like, well, I mean, I guess I could tell you. I'm not that bad on it.
Oh, they were reluctant.
They were a little bit reluctant. They were just like, wait a minute. No one should know each other.
Then you see all their Ken Bone comments, you know?
Yeah. That's why you gotta like there was you gotta scrub your history for God's sake.
Yeah, you gotta scrub your history. Get out of there. Antonio says, "I told you mine."
Oh, Weekend at Bernie's.
No, I think Reddit. Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Antonio was rewatching Weekend at Bernie's, or wants to show it to his
Weekend
wife.
at Bernie's. Never
Have you
seen it,
that movie?
actually.
That's an 80s romp. Like, it's a premise where it's like, how the hell? Here's the story. Couple of guys come over for the bosses for a weekend. He dies, and they gotta keep him going until a deal comes through. The end.
That's the whole movie. I mean, I've heard about it so much, but yeah, I don't know.
It got a
sequel?
It got a sequel with the cast, and it got Roman numerals in the poster instead of like the number 2. When you get Roman numerals as like the sequel number, it's like
who plays Bernie again? Martin's asking.
I don't know. Don
some guy.
Maybe. Andrew something. He was pretty in pink, and the other guy I don't even know. It has a poster too.
Really? Oh, is that the one where it's like the beach and he's there and he's like in between them?
Yep. Yep. And next to them is the cocktail poster.
Yeah. Got to get those. I feel like that's what I should do. Well, actually, you can't really see it, but I'll get some small posters and I'll put them up just behind here, just real tiny.
I got this poster. Let me move the mic and I'll put it right back.
Okay. What do you got here? Let's take a look. John is. Oh my God! Is that Nip Tuck? That's a like a promo shot of Nip Tuck. Jesus Christ! I forgot about Nip Tuck. That was like early premium cable.
Yeah, like FX at the time. Early
FX. Yeah, that's a show that I don't think has aged well, probably at all.
No, I mean it's like classroom worthy in universities for what you can look back on. You know, the way they show like racist Disney cartoons.
Yeah, like something that got problematic
this is a product
really
of its
quick.
Time. Yeah. No, I mean it's bad, but it's also important in what it advanced us into accepting as art.
You needed those kind of. There was a lot of those like kind of mediocre premium cable stuff before we got to the real juicy good premium cable stuff. I guess that was.
I mean, I loved it enough that I had it laminated.
Oh, this is a poster that you had laminated. It wasn't. Oh,
yeah. And a poster I even bought too.
Nip Tuck. I remember watching.
Yeah, I thought that show was the shit. I thought that show was
super like sexy and cool and shit.
It had a good score. It was like queer friendly.
Was it? Okay, so it was kind of progressive.
Yeah, and just like good style. I feel like it was like Brian Fuller before Brian Fuller. That doesn't hit. But
wasn't it? Who was the creator? Wasn't it the Ryan Murphy? Right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I hide it because I'm ashamed.
You hide the poster
of Nip. Well, yeah, it's not up anywhere.
I would be curious to watch the pilot again just to see how that holds up. Especially because it was 2004, 2005, right?
Yeah, 2 or 3 or 4. Yeah.
Yeah, because that would be interesting to see.
Plastic surgery.
Sorry?
Plastic surgery.
Yeah, right. And one of the guys is Australian doing an American accent. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember being aware of
he played Dr. Doom in the Tim Story Fantastic Four movies.
Oh shit, you're right.
Tim Story? I think he did those movies. He also did Taxi.
Well, speaking of Fantastic Four, I fell down the rabbit hole with that because I read the whole insane Josh Trank story about Fantastic Four.
The other Fan Four stick.
Oh man, Fan Four stick. If you haven't read the Josh Trank story, look it up on YouTube or wherever. That whole thing is unbelievable. I had no idea like the level that escalated to.
What did he do? He just smoked pot and didn't come to work?
Apparently much more than that. There was like huge disputes with the main actors and casting. $100,000 worth of damage caused to his rental home, like in a big rage. Allegedly. I don't know. This is, don't hold me to
look
this.
It up.
Look it up.
Yep.
It's interesting. An interesting
I
read.
trust you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, no, I did that deep dive.
But they gave him the New Mutants to do, which didn't come out again because of this.
No,
virus.
But he is doing the new. There's a trailer out for his new Tom Hardy Al Capone movie. Okay. Did you see the trailer for this?
I did. Yeah.
Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good.
Neither does Tom Hardy. And
no.
I love Tom.
Well, I mean, he is playing Al Capone with syphilis, I think. So that's intentional, I think.
I suppose. I guess. Can't win them all.
Can't win them all. Yan is mentioning, rewatch Labyrinth, another movie that he found highly inappropriate for kids once he started watching it. I had no idea. I've never seen that. So I don't know what the...
I mean, I guess so. If you're looking at I guess, are the children looking for the bad stuff? It is kind of frightening. Ugly. Mm-hmm. The ugliest Muppets Jim Henson has ever produced, on par with like the Dark Crystal. Mm-hmm. But Jim, you don't want David Bowie's nutsack in your face the whole movie. It's insane how the nutsack is like in every shot of that movie, even when he's not in the scene.
Because it's just like a puppet, so it's like him waist down.
Or Jennifer Connelly, she's in that movie too.
Yeah, David Bowie. I haven't seen any of the Jim Henson verse films. That's something I've been meaning to kind of catch up on. All of the Dark Crystal, Labyrinth. There's a couple of other ones.
If you've seen Yoda in Empire Strikes Back and just all at Yoda's house stuff, you've seen every of those Jim Henson movies.
That's all of them.
That's basically it. Dust or smoke, weird sets, and like an ugly puppet. That's it.
And everybody
maybe a human.
And everybody sounds either like Kermit or Grover.
But they're all just neighbors of where does Yoda live? What's the name of that planet? Endor? No. Luke yells at R2. He's like, "We're going to
Dagobah."
The
Dagobah system. Actually, they never. I don't think they ever actually say what the name of the planet is because it's the Dagobah system. So people just call it Dagobah, but it's not actually Dagobah. That's a Sean Sweeney nitpick. You can take that to the bank.
Okay.
Finger guns. Yeah. Oh, Yan saying his kids had nightmares for months after seeing Labyrinth. Wow, really?
Yeah.
I guess it depends on how young they were.
Well, the premise is a baby is stolen by Big Balls Bowie. And Jennifer Connelly hates
I keep hitting my head on this. Big Balls Bowie.
And Connelly is just reluctant. She's a reluctant heroine, so that's helpful. And she doesn't want to get the baby back because no one pays attention to her. But somehow through the magic of puppetry, she finds a heart and tries to rescue the baby, and everything works out. But along the way, there are monsters, and the baby is crying a lot. Actually,
is it like a human baby?
Yeah, they got like a toddler, like a 1-year-old.
Okay,
and like they just plop it down. They plop it down in the set, and then all these puppets go wild, and the baby is crying.
That's horrifying. So they just scare the shit out of this baby.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, and they're trying to possess the baby, and George Lucas is involved in that movie too.
Is he?
Yeah, and I think it's like a movie they made in between Empire and Jedi.
No shit. What is with George Lucas and weird fucking sci-fi? Like, I feel like it's not even like I wouldn't even say it's like pot smoking. Like, hey man, I wonder if it's this. He has a whole brand of like, you know who he reminds me of? Dan Aykroyd. That kind of like weirdo. Okay. He's like Dan Aykroyd. Like Ghostbusters. I thought of Ghostbusters a lot.
He did a thing on Global in the late 90s called not Paranormal Activity, but Psy Hunters something, where he would like
Dan Aykroyd did.
Yes, and I have these as proof on my recordings that I've transferred, my Jonathan stuffs.
Oh my God, you got to find those. I would love to see that.
Yeah, I'll find you it, but you can even Google it. Dan Aykroyd Paranormal Show.
Okay, I will. Martin is asking, have either of us seen Lucas's Strange Magic? I haven't. I don't actually know what it is. Do you know?
Gary Rydstrom, the sound guy who directed and wrote this movie, and it's one of the ugliest CG things you'll ever see.
Strange Magic?
Yeah, it came out like a couple of years ago.
Oh, wait a second. That did really poorly.
It might have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I don't know. Did Martin see it?
Marty, did you see Strange Magic? What's give us the elevator pitch. I'm curious to know if it's any good or if it's worth watching.
It's about goblins and magic and music, or elves and goblins and magic and music.
Oh,
and God. They take place in a swamp.
Oh, Martin says it might be worse than Red Tails. I have watched some of Red Tails, and it's atrocious.
I don't know. That movie seems like it tried, though.
It did try, but it's not even the acting. It's like the production. It's so weird, and there's too much CG in all the wrong places, and people on green screens. But it's like really expensive. Oh my God,
that sounds fun.
Oh, it's a bizarre take on Midsummer Night's Dream. That's okay. I have heard about this.
Okay.
I guess we're falling. I would be curious to fall into the further into the depths of the Lucasverse.
There are so many Lucas podcasts out there. But I guess might as well get in that lane.
That's it. Let's get on that. Let's get that Lucas money, baby.
Well, I don't know if you remember, but last year there was a podcast where a guy was hunting down Richard Simmons because no one had seen him for a while.
Yeah.
So this guy went really invasive and did a deep dive into him, like interviewing people who were going to his yoga classes that he taught at his own place, and talking to people who drive the Hollywood tour buses, saying how every time they drove by their house, they could always count on Richard to come out and say hi to everybody, and like being a good celebrity.
Yep.
And then out of nowhere, he just locks up everything and says boo and says nothing.
So
guy.
Go ahead.
So this guy went on his way to just say I'm going to find out what happened to him, and he was doing it live. So every time he recorded an episode, he put it up right away, and within a week he was shut down.
Within a week he was shut down.
Yeah, so within a week or two he was shut down.
Really? Because was he exposing personal information? He was going too far.
Yeah, he even got a detective to come out and it was he's fine. I saw him at the door, and then they didn't even. The last episode was 2 minutes long because he had to read a statement.
Holy shit! So Richard Simmons is still alive?
Yes. So I'm saying we do this with Lucas. We go to Skywalker Ranch.
Yeah.
We dress up like the girl from Jedi, and I'll dress up like Amidala, and we'll just walk up the dusty road with cardboard signs saying, "Please help.
Please help. Free George Lucas." Yeah, where is it? You know what? To be fair, have we seen George in a while? They trot him out every now and then for the Disney things.
Well, they brought him out for a shot for that Mandalorian, right? He's with Jon Favreau under a tent doing something.
But that's the thing. Where is he doing that of his own accord? Does he live a free man, or is he in a basement somewhere at Disney HQ? I want to know. I'm not saying that that's the case, but I'm saying we need to investigate. So I'm asking all of you in the chat, please help us find out if George Lucas is okay, because I saw Howard the Duck and I'm not sure he is. I don't
where's
know.
Francis Ford Coppola while you're at it?
Yeah. You know what? The American Zoetrope. We're going to find all of these guys. Where are they? Are they okay? We know Spielberg's okay, but I haven't seen Spielberg in a while. Is he okay?
His daughter got into trouble.
Oh, she did? Did she get canceled? Twitter canceled?
She may have.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know he's dealing with that. He's also remaking us the West Side Story for Christmas. Nobody asked for that.
Oh, boy. Another West Side Story, huh?
Well, it'll be 60 or 70 years since the first one, since the adaptation from 1959.
What's old is new again, John.
Have you seen West Side Story?
I have not seen West Side Story. Maybe I'll watch it.
But it doesn't have a score by John Williams.
It doesn't. But Marty is mentioning that a better than a George Lucas podcast would be a 100% Rick McCallum podcast. I mean, if we do that, we have to spike our hair up like he has in all those behind the scenes videos. Anybody in the chat who's confused, Rick McCallum is the incredible Southern California producer guy that did all the prequels.
And Radioland Murders.
He did Radioland Murders as well.
From 1995.
He's off in Eastern Europe doing like weird shit now.
Good
like
for him.
Producing like low budget stuff. I don't know. Him and Lucas parted ways.
And Jake Lloyd. I mean, he took him, Ahmed Best, and Jake Lloyd, all just, and maybe Hayden Christensen, they're all living somewhere in peace.
That's it. In a commune. They're free from all the hate, from all the trolls.
They're a hairpin away from being triggered to go mad. They've managed to exercise Star Wars from their lives 100%.
That's it. They're offline. They've air-gapped everything. They're just walking in these meadows. That's the future that I like to see for all these people.
A retirement home for people, for people who have suffered under George's
who've been fully Lucased. Well, guys, I think we've all been roundly Lucased for the hour. Thanks for dropping in the chat. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
And Sean, I'm Sean.
I'm John.
And we'll see you when we see you. Maybe next week. Probably next week.
We watch you later.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.